Good evening. This is Chief Obidike Ajuluchuku of NigerianTVOnline.com. We are here in the center arena of two of the candidates for the chairmanship of World Igbo Congress. We're saying that we are now ready to elect a chairman for World Igbo Congress, and we are in the arena of two of that candidate. We are in the state of New Jersey, in central New Jersey, in fact. And right in front of you is one of the candidates for this chairmanship. Right in front of you is a man that you know. You've known him for many years. And we have the opportunity and the privilege to finally sit down in the arena of one of the combatants for the chairmanship. I don't know. I feel like just saying His Excellency. No, that won't work. So let's just say our good friend, our friend, one name, Charlie Chikezie. Charlie, welcome.
Thank you.
To Nigerian TV Online again.
Thank you, sir.
On a different plateau this time, for a different reason. For the last several times that you have appeared in Nigerian TV Online, you have had to explain certain things about what takes place, set the agenda with the chairman and the board of directors and so many other participants, letting the Igbo to understand what is going on. You've been the catalyst. You've been the director. You're the secretary. You've been the person that set the agenda with so many people. But this time, you're running for the chairmanship. The chairmanship of World Igbo Congress. How are you, bro?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You look well.
Thank you. So do you.
Well, my dear brother, let us just start asking you the very simple question that many people would like to know. How long have you been Secretary General of World Igbo Congress?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ibobidike. Before I answer that question, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I will ask that you indulge me to at least give thanks to God. And also, this is a very sad weekend for the Igbo community in New Jersey. We had two deaths. Actually, one of them, a young man by the name Chikezie, was buried yesterday. We had his wake on Friday, 26-year young man. His parents are very good friends of mine. On Friday also, as a matter of fact, as we were getting ready for Chikezie's wake, we all woke up to a very dismal news about this sister that we all love and cherish. Lovely sister, Ajuluchuku. We were told that she died. So it is really a sad and somber weekend in the state of New Jersey, especially in the north central New Jersey area. And I asked that the Almighty God, grant them eternal peace, and also grant their families the courage to endure. Thank you.
You're more than welcome, Charlie. The Igbo community also extends condolences to the family and asks also God to give them the strength to endure and to stand firm and stand on the side of God. And He is, of course, the one who makes all decisions, and we concur with you on that. So, that said and done, how long have you been chairman? Did I say chairman? Well, I'm entitled to mistakes if I call him chairman too early. But how long have you been Secretary General of World Igbo Congress?
Well, September will be my 6th year. I was elected first time on September 5th of 2005. I completed my 3-year tenure in Tampa in 2008 and became re-elected as Secretary General of World Igbo Congress. So this is really winding down the second term of my General Secretaryship of World Igbo Congress. So by September, it will be 6 years.
6 years of Secretary General of World Igbo Congress. And now do you believe that it is time to take all that you have learned and move it to the next level? And why do you want to do that?
Well, first of all, I've put in the work. I have the experience. I do understand the organizational structure and the organizational purpose of World Igbo Congress. This is not something that I aspire to add another feather to my nest. Serving as the longest serving Secretary of World Igbo Congress is more than enough accomplishment for anybody, quite frankly. So I don't have to be the Chairman of World Igbo Congress in addition to having served as the Secretary for 6 years. But I do believe that I do understand the organizational purpose of World Igbo Congress. I do understand the structure. I have the experience. And I do believe that with all the attributes that I have, not only did I serve as the Secretary General of World Igbo Congress for 6 years, I was a legal advisor to the former Chairman of World Igbo Congress from 2003 to 2005. That was Dr. Kalu Diogo. I've been on the board of directors for World Igbo Congress since 2001. I've never missed a single board meeting since 2001 that I got on the board. I actually got on the board of World Igbo Congress in September of 2001 in New Orleans. I have not missed a single board meeting since then. I've been consistent, and I do have a lot of ideas that I think, as we speak, of course, I will expand on them to pretty much underscore the reason why I want to be the Chairman of World Igbo Congress.
That is absolutely commendable, Charlie, that you have had this type of loyalty to this organization for so long and so many years. You have seen much. Let me dwell right into it. When you become chairman and elected to be chairman, the next chairman of World Igbo Congress at the convention in Canada, what will World Igbo Congress, what will it be? What is your vision and mission for World Igbo Congress under Charlie Chikezie's chairmanship?
Well, look, the World Igbo Congress is not an organization that just evolved. This is an organization that has been and still is to a large degree an interest group for Igbo. It is my first priority, of course, would be to ensure that the status of World Igbo Congress as the Igbo interest group is firmed up. Because the point of the matter is, without a solid aura or reputation of World Igbo Congress as that group that speaks for Igbo, it will be very difficult for World Igbo Congress to be taken seriously. So that is really going to be my first commitment. That is going to be my first responsibility, to do whatever we can to ensure that World Igbo Congress at least becomes that household name that it used to be. And of course, the reason why World Igbo Congress has pretty much endured some of the distractions that it has in recent times is a matter of public information, which you know too well. So, be the issues of Igbo being slaughtered and being used as pawns of the some of these groups in Nigeria. Whenever they have problems, they think that Igbos are their sacrificial lambs. We should condemn these things unequivocally. So that is really one of the other issues that I will ensure, which of course I have consistently done throughout my tenure as the Secretary General of World Igbo Congress, either through the press releases that I have authored on behalf of World Igbo Congress, and of course with the Chairman of World Igbo Congress. So I would speak unequivocally on issues confronting Igbo. The other issue, of course, that confronts World Igbo Congress today, which is one of the reasons why World Igbo Congress has not really become the organization that it ought to be, is to find professional fundraisers, grant writers that will really help us source funds for World Igbo Congress, so that this organization can at least, as they say, be able to get up and go and address most of these issues that we map out there, that we are going to address.
Charlie, I think it's very good and very important that you address the issues, let us say external issues that are impacting on Igbo outside of the borders of the United States. What about those issues that impact on Igbo internally, here? Women with problems, a location that Igbo can take their concern to and talk to somebody. The Jewish people have it. They have a headquarters. Latinos have it. They have a headquarters. Italians have it. Chinese have it. What will you do for Igbo internally here in diaspora?
Well, my brother, you ask a very important question. The truth of the matter is that Igbo are not lacking in expertise to address some of these issues. You will be surprised to find out that even in the Jewish community, some of these organizations are run for these Jews by Igbo. If you go to a place like New York, where before I went to law school, I worked for the New York City Department of Social Services, we had a lot of Igbo chaps who were running all kinds of programs, be it in the social service industry, be it with the United Jewish Foundation. So we have people that have this expertise. I was opportuned to be a guest at the Igbo Organization of New York house opening last night. They opened the 1,000 person capacity Obi-Igbo. That was it was an interesting. You couldn't be prouder to be an Igbo person to be there. And I spoke with a man of CK who was the former financial secretary of World Igbo Congress during Dr. Kalu Diogo's administration. And one of the things that we discussed, of course, was the need to have a place that we call our own for Igbo. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to replicate. Of course, it would be nice to replicate Igbo in every town that Igbo person lives in. But a place like that Igbo, Chief Obidike, is a place that would be ideal. Even if World Igbo Congress has to rent a space there, but there is really a need for a physical place that we will call the Igbo headquarters. And Imam Osike was telling me some of the plans that he has, even including bringing a radio station there that will be addressing the Igbo communities. And so these are all the things that we can do. I mean, I have always maintained that as a people, we have to find a way to consolidate our energies among ourselves, regardless of our differences. I mean, every community has these differences. One of the fondest quotes I have out there, and whenever I get the opportunity to speak, is that we must understand that our cohesiveness as Igbo does not necessarily have to be predicated by our love for one another. It would be nice if we can love each other. But the truth of the matter is that we have common enemies. And whenever these people come after us, be it the people that killed Gideon Akologa in 1994, or the people that murdered the Aposis victims in Abuja, or the people that killed the young man, the youth copper, recently, during the last election, presidential election in Nigeria. I mean, these victims, or during the pogrom, they were all killed because they are evil. So whenever they come after us, they don't come after us because of the village you come from, because you're from Nnewi, or because you're from Mungwa, or from Mbano, or from Obo, or from anywhere. It's because you're Igbo. So it is important for us to continue to work together to identify these resources and just as you said, have a place that we'll be rallying around as our own place. Now, what I will do, of course, is to find out whatever it is that somebody like, an organization like Igbo Organization of New York did to be able to pull this thing off. During the recognition of Dr. Opabi, who is the benefactor. He was announced last night that Opabi extended, I think, a credit or loaned them, was able to advance them $250,000 to be able to pull off that project. So the reason why I say that is that there are a lot of Igbo people here with all kinds of resources that can help us to achieve these things. And until we begin to take ourselves seriously and recognize that these are the things that we need to do in order for the other groups to take us seriously, we're not going anywhere as a people.
Understood. I think that's an excellent, but Charlie, give us just a few seconds there, and we'll be right back. This is Chief OPDK Ajuluchuku of Nigerian TV Online.com. Stay tuned, my brothers, with none other than the Secretary General of World Igbo Congress, Charlie Chikezie.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Nigerian TV Online, a special broadcast with the chairmanship. Chairman. Oh, I did it again. I said he's the chairman before he becomes chairman. But with the Secretary General of World Igbo Congress, Charlie Chikezie. Welcome back, my brother.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We just took a few minutes break. But Charlie, I'd like to get into this campaign for chairmanship. It's starting to get somewhat ugly. And I use the term ugly, not like some other campaigns we've seen from other groups. But it appears that this World Igbo Congress this campaign for World Igbo Congress chairman have the flavor of inviting outside interference, so to speak, or influence by people who are from home into this World Igbo Congress campaign for chairmanship. Do you see any problem in that area?
Well, look, during the Civil War, General Ojukwu used to tell us that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. I'm not sure if he's the original author of that, but I had that from him. I have always maintained that we as Igbo must be forever vigilant. Nothing would please our detractors more than a disconcerted and disunited and disorganized World Igbo Congress, which of course we have continued to endure in recent times. My position remains: the primary organ that charts the course of World Igbo Congress happens to be the board of directors. And most of the members of the board of directors of World Igbo Congress are very astute and they're very experienced and they do understand these distractions. So if the board members and the members of the HOD who are ultimately going to elect the officers of World Igbo Congress allow themselves to be manipulated or allow themselves to be taken advantage of by any external forces, then I will say let it be with them. Would people try to destabilize and disorganize World Igbo Congress? Of course they will. This is an age-old game. You disorganize them, the rest is history. But my thing basically, though, is this. What we are experiencing in the election of World Igbo Congress in this 2011 to 2014 term is not unusual. It's not unusual, a democratic process. And, I welcome it. The only thing I ask for is that those who are aspiring to lead World Igbo Congress, let them follow the tenets of what Dr. King called as being a drum major for peace. Be a drum major for something useful. Not that you just want to be the chairman of World Igbo Congress and you are willing to do any and everything, even if it means destroying the very institution that you are trying to lead. So my appeal to my brothers, whom I understand as a matter of fact, that they are also aspiring to lead World Igbo Congress. I haven't, of course, the board meeting that we have in New Jersey on July 9th is when everybody is going to, I already made my intent known during the last board meeting in Atlanta in March. Nobody else has really informed the board that they are running for the chairmanship of World Igbo Congress. So other than the fact that we're hearing it here and there. But, you know, when we get to New Jersey, we'll find out, that is when we will find out other people who are in the race. But my appeal to them in answer to your question is that at least let's keep it clean. And keeping it clean doesn't mean that you don't have to articulate things that you think that are the reasons why Charlie Chikezie should not be the chairman of World Igbo Congress, or that I should not articulate the things that I do believe that these other brothers should not, are the reasons why they should not be the chairman of World Igbo Congress. These things can be done. We can keep this thing to the issues without necessarily making the process unduly burdensome.
It would be very nice indeed if we can see all outside wannabe participants or influence people who are trying to influence this election to butt out. Let World Igbo Congress in diaspora take care of its own business. After we have done all the work that needs to be done, then you can come back. But to try to influence it, I have to admit to you, Charlie Chikezie, that we have been receiving calls of people who are very annoyed by some of the opponents who are bringing in these outsiders to try to influence the outcome of this election. We think that that is wrong. We think, even though it's called World Igbo Congress, but we think that we like to see a fair game. But let me ask you something. Your views on your opponents. All of who have so far, well, there's only one who has that we know of that has announced it, which is you, but we'll find out the rest. There's two that we know have announced it there. But what is your view on your opponents? Well,
I mean, as I said, I'm the only one that has announced to the board that I'm seeking the mandate of the board. I can't pretend, of course, that I haven't heard that my brother Goji is aspiring to be the chairman of World Igbo Congress, and my brother Larry Doji is also aspiring to be the chairman of World Igbo Congress. It is their right. I mean, these are Igbo brothers of great reputation, and I have utmost respect for them. But I do believe, in all honesty, that being a chairman of World Igbo Congress is something that one has to think through and approach it with utmost sincerity, not necessarily because the title sounds great. You know, there is a joke Chikezie, who the current chairman of World Igbo Congress, shared with me when we won the election in 2005, and he said, "Wow, Charlie, do you know that one can really win this thing only to turn around and say, damn, what do I do with this thing?" Cheers, classic.